Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a new and hopefully exciting one. It is my first A5 wide plan with me, and I'm using this kit from Simply Watercolor Co. It's also the first time I've ever used a kit from her. So these are the full boxes. It is a foiled Monsters Inc. themed kit, which I just straight up my alley. You can see all the pages I'm flipping through here. My only criticism or thoughts is that I really don't like the matte paper. It's just super unsaturated. I never use matte. I really don't like it, but I thought I would give it a go. But you can see I am pulling in stickers, like leftovers from other kits, to sort of make up enough. So you can see the colours there that I'm using, my little things from an old Scribble Prints Co sheet, and same thing here, an old label sampler. So I'll be using those two colours because I definitely don't have enough in the kit itself to form a full spread. And then I'm using these icons from Arctic Paper Studio because I thought the colours went really well, and obviously you can see it's silver foil. I didn't say that earlier, but you could see in the boxes. And then I'm using these icons from Scribble Prints Co and my little squiggly line dividers from Monique. Same with my foil scripts from Monique. I'm using this washi overlay from Sticky Essentials that I bought in black and then foiled silver to match. And then a few other bits and bobs, so headers, date dots, a little sampler, and two little samplers actually from SPC. So starting off as I always do with my bottom washi. So I'm using this pattern, I don't know what you call it, it's kind of like paint splatter pattern on the bottom, and I'm going to pop the bow overlay on that, you'll see in a minute. And then I use the strip of, I actually thought this was a bottom washi strip, but it turns out it's not because it's the wrong size. As you can see, I have to cut it, but I think it still works as bottom washi. It's pre-foiled. I think it looks, I don't know what else it's supposed to be used for, but I think it fits with the bottom washi. So it's got little flecks of silver foil in it, and then as you can see, I'm putting in the bows. The bows are probably a little bit bold for the rest of the kit. This kit is quite dainty, but I think I still like the bows. I'm happy that I did it. So next thing I'm doing is working out my headers because I don't have any glitter headers. I'm working out what I want to use, and I end up using this. You can see these, they're cut into headers, and I end up making this a full box instead to make 10 full boxes. So what I did is I got this Stay Focused and Extra Sparkly quote from SPC, which I thought fit the vibe because it's a back to uni week. It's not the same silver foil, it's more of a matte silver, but I thought it still went. I'm not too worried that it's a different silver, it's still silver. And I put that overlay over the top of the headers to make a full box, and then I peeled it all off at once, which you can see there, which I think works. It worked how I wanted it to. It looks like an extra full box, and I didn't need those as headers, so overall I'm happy with it. So I just put it back for a second because I was working out what I needed to do next, and that was put my full boxes down. So you can see I marked them just to work out where I wanted to put them. I always do that because I get a little bit confused as to where I want to put my boxes. And then the next thing I do, I should say, is pop down my sidebar, which, as you can see, the matte paper is quite thin, so you can see all the lines through it, which I don't normally have that problem. I have run out of whiteout for a few weeks now, so that's why you can see the lines sort of in the gaps, but I would never normally have the problem of the boxes not covering the black lines. So I was a bit disappointed about that, but I could have whited it out if I want to. I just don't have any left, so I just left it. Whatever, it's not the end of the world. And then I used this last bit of the bottom washi, which I thought was going to be the right size, but it was too big, so I ended up cutting it. And then I popped my two boxes in the sidebar, which I always do. Then moving on to my spread, I guess. I did my boxes and my headers. I've never used headers like this before, so it was a bit of an experiment. I don't love that there's two bows and one other. I kind of wish there were three different patterns, I guess, because I think the bows look funny right next to each other. But again, it's not the end of the world. I'm still happy with it. It's just it's not my personal preference, that's all. And then I don't know what it is, but I found the headers a little bit too short as well. You can see it, especially on Monday at the top. I found that the headers weren't covering the full width of the box, which I've never had that issue before. So I'm not really sure what the go is, but I did find that. And then moving on to my date covers, so I'm using date dots from Glam Planner, the foiled silver ones, and putting those on the date covers, which are already foiled. And I mean, how stunning are they? Like, so beautiful. I love the font, I love the foil, I love the background, I love the size. So really loved these date covers. And then, as you said, putting those down here. I did notice the paper is a very different white to my paper, which I don't normally find that again. So obviously just a different vibe with a different shops kit. So something I've never used before. But yeah, just popping those on now. And that is my base. So moving on to the day by day, or actually I technically start in the sidebar. And I'm also really sorry about this ugly blue band-aid. I didn't even think about it until after I'd filmed that it was horrid. But anyway, so I'm just popping in my uni script. So I like to mark what week that I am in for uni, and I just make those myself. But I have actually purchased some from Monique Plans, which should be coming soon, which is exciting. And because my uni is actually a trimester, she's done trimester sheets for me, so I'll know what trimester I'm in and then also what week it is. So I like to put that in my sidebar and then something else. So some other event or memory or something that I'll put in there, but I always like to mark which uni week I'm in. So moving into the, day by day, I'm going to start off with Monday, obviously, and I'm just flicking through to just kind of familiarize myself with what I have. Because this is a kit from a shop that I've never used before, I'm really unfamiliar with their format, and I'm just trying to work out what I have to work with. So I'm actually stealing the idea that I do in my B6 spread, which if you've seen those plan with me's, you'll know. I use the bottom of these checklist flags to mark work. So I'm actually realizing that I don't really have anything else that I have 7 of, and I really don't want to go digging for flags because these colors are quite unique. So I thought, why not steal the idea and use it in my main spread? So I'm just going to go through and pop those all down. Similar to my main spread, I try and make sure that the color of the flag doesn't match the color up the top, but sometimes it happens and I just have to let it go. So I'm popping in my, 5 across the top, as you probably heard me say a million times. So 5 across the top to mark my main shifts on my full-time job, and then I think I do Saturday as well, but I leave Tuesday potentially because I like to come back and mark that because that's at the end of the day. I don't know where it's going to fall in my day, so I like to put that at the end. And I just realised I chopped off Saturday when I was filming, so sorry. I'm still getting used to filming in this planner. I find it kind of big and cumbersome and I struggle to get it all in frame, especially because I can't take the sheets out and do it just like out of the planner because my background is actually a rug, and so I can't write on a rug. It's like lumpy. But in saying that, I have ordered some poster board to come and I'm actually picking that up hopefully tomorrow. So hopefully in the future I'll be able to pull my sheets out of the planner, my pages, and get them both in frame. But at the moment, I'm sorry, I'm trying to do the best I can. So there might be some times where stuff is a little bit out of frame, but I generally notice pretty quick and try and adjust it. So next I'm just popping my work scripts next to the flag, and these are ones that I had from Monique, so they're not cut or they're not foiled, so I just foiled them with my mink and silver foil, and then I just cut them out with scissors just because they're clear. I don't really care. Yes, you can see the box around them, but it doesn't really bother me. So I'm just going and cutting those and popping them in. And then, yeah, I did leave off Tuesday night so I could come back and do that once I sort of knew the order of things. So moving on to the day by day. So starting with Monday, the first thing that I marked was, I'm trying to remember how I did this, if I did, yeah, okay, so I put my labels down, my scripts, and then I came back and did my character stickers and foil, no, not foil, and writing later. So up the top I marked toast and coffee, so I went and got some bread from the bakery, which I don't do all the time, which is why I mark it, and just had my coffee and ate that while I started work. Because I'm working from home, I'm sort of trying to like pretend at least that I'm kind of normal. So when I used to work and earn money and actually go to work, I used to go swing by the cafe and sometimes I get toast, but I'd always get my chai in the morning and then go to work. So I try and do that at home, although powdered chai at home is gross, so I generally just have some sort of iced coffee. So that's that up the top, and then I went back and popped it in. So I used these sort of flags, which I've never used before, and that is to mark that I was feeling sick. So I actually went back and put in a Once More with Love, like it's actually I think a headache munchkin, which I didn't have a headache, I was feeling nauseous, but I just was like, whatever, that works, because it kind of describes I wanted to rip my head out. So that marks sick. And then it was actually a little bit out of order because I used that half box and the film, icon, to mark. I filmed and did voiceovers, but obviously that wouldn't fit in the sick area, so I just swapped those around, which sometimes I do if it's going to look better. Doesn't really bother me if it's not in order. I do obviously as much as possible, but then if it's not in order, it's not the end of the world. Then there was no movie marquee in this kit, which kind of bothered me. So I watched New Moon, so I just used that purple label to mark that. And I just ended up putting a bow from the kit afterwards to mark that. And then I use that box at the bottom. I think it's like a little thing size, and that little box on the end you can see is kind of missing, so I think you're supposed to put an icon there, which I ended up putting a character sticker, so that was to mark playing Warzone. And I used my custom scripts from Monique as usual to mark that. So I have all of my most used words, I guess, in custom scripts from Monique, which I absolutely love, use them all the time. I'm always buying more. It's kind of my downside. She's actually the only one that I have ever bought custom scripts from. Probably the only one I ever will buy, because I love them. They're great. So anyway, moving on to Tuesday. So I actually have no idea what that bottom box is for, because it's still sitting empty in my planner, even though I finished the spread last week. So can't tell you. I don't know what that is. And then I put in the work. It must have been something I did after work. So I'd say probably maybe watched YouTube videos or something, because that's what I normally do after that shift. But I don't know, I didn't write it down. And then work, and then a little bit out of order, but I needed to work out the spacing. So I didn't actually have much on this day, so that's why I put the half box kind of in the middle, and I put the TV icon to mark watching my favorite streamer on Twitch. I kind of had that open. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. I had it open next to my work screen, because I have an iMac. It's super wide, so I can have my work screen and another screen open at the same time. I guess kind of like some people, how they have, two screens. I kind of have that in one, two screens in one. Anyway, then I marked with that heart from Arctic Paper Studio that I just had a chat with Mum, and it was just one of those chats that, not just like an everyday thing, just catching up on life. And yeah, so definitely wanted to mark that. Then on Wednesday, it's my uni day, so I popped in lecture with that squared weirdo box and my lecture script, again from Monique, and I ended up using a little laptop from the kit to mark, or to pop that next to it. And then I used one of these flags, which again I've never used before, so I was a little uncomfortable, and I just used my custom script from Monique. Again, don't know why I keep saying that, you guys know Monique's my girl, to mark frappe run. So that's kind of my cheat drink, or my naughty drink from McDonald's. I don't think you guys in America have it, but if you don't know, it's kind of like, how would I describe it? So I have the mocha one. It's kind of like a milkshake, but it's blended with ice. So when I drink smoothies or milkshakes, not so much milkshakes, but I have to have thick shakes. I like to chew and kind of eat my drinks. So when I make smoothies, I like to put like passion fruit seeds or something to chew. So frappes for me are like a milkshake, but they're ice based, so I can chew them, which sounds very weird. I promise you it's not that weird. I don't like drinking stuff. I like to chew it. So anyway, that's what a frappe is. I don't know if you guys have them. You might, and I might have just explained it for no reason, but that is fine. Then I use that little flag to mark Instagram post, and then surprise, surprise, another script from Monique. Lots of scripts in this one, which I love. And I ended up going back and using a little Instagram. I don't actually know. I think it's a washing machine, but I often find washing machines look like the Instagram icon. There's a little secret for you. So I think it's technically a washing machine, but I popped that from the kit on the flag. Then I used that label to mark editing, and I used a Fox and Cactus Girl next to that, and then I just put the bow from Arctic Paper Studio to mark that I went for a walk at the beach with my friend Maddie to finish off the day. Then moving on to Thursday, so the first thing was I got a coffee, which it must have been a slow day because I don't always mark that, but sometimes I do. Or I wanted to pull in some more foil, which is sometimes the other time when I mark it. Then I used another square box to mark lecture and a custom script, and then I just realised I was putting it on the wrong day, so I stuck it down and then went, hold on a minute, I'm not doing Friday, I'm doing Thursday. So it took me a minute, and then I went, oh, that's wrong, and I moved it. And then you can see my ugly band-aid. Sorry, it's one of the work ones. And you can see I pulled up some of my page, which often happens with this paper, but doesn't really bother me because I'll just stick stuff over the top. And I used a Coffee Monsters Co. A laptop sticker to mark that. So then I played, actually for most of the day, I played Fall Guys, not most of the day, a chunk of the day I played Fall Guys with my brother. So I just used that blue half box and a Switch from Once More With Love. Even though it's not on the Switch, it's on the PS4, I don't really care. I kind of use all my gaming stickers interchangeably anyway, and the colours matched perfectly, so I used that. Then I used the strip of washi with a little bit of foil on it. That's actually probably my favourite thing from this kit, is the little strips of washi with the little foil. And I used a script from, you guessed it, Monique. But this one's actually my collab. Same with the coffee one and the work. I'm not sure if I said that, but those are actually my handwriting, and then Monique turns them into stickers. So if you ever want my handwriting in your planner, you know where to go, Monique Plans. And then I used the Warzone script custom again to mark playing Warzone, and I used a PS4 controller icon from Stella Bow, which I desperately need to get more of because I run out of those like crazy, because often I'm marking that 3, 4, 5 times a week. Moving on to Friday, I marked, so Friday Frappe Run is kind of my little treat day. I know I went on Wednesday, which is naughty, but Friday's my designated day. And I used a little purple, I think she's actually technically drinking boba, but you can't really tell, from Happy Dahlia. And then I used that half box that I cut to mark. We did a Disney photo wall, so we kind of went back, and a wall in our house, we're doing one photo from each Disney trip, which we've done 7, which is pretty amazing. 7 Disney trips to different parks, and we picked one photo from each trip, and we've ordered that on a canvas to put up. So we were doing that, and I used a Fox and Cactus Girl to mark that. Then we got an IKEA cabinet delivered, so we spent time doing that, which is always fun. And I used a bow from SPC, the silver bow icon, to mark that. Then next I had Customer Drama, one that's been dragging on for a few weeks, months, whatever now. So I just actually didn't end up going in and putting a sticker because I changed it last minute, but I wanted to do an angry face. And then, because it was Friday night, we had a cheese board and gin, which is my favourite thing ever. Pink gin. If you haven't had it, do it. amazing. So I just used the clinking glasses icon to mark that. And then moving on to Saturday, so after work, I did a little half box extender, which is what you can see. As I said, I'm not great at getting it on camera, but I used a full box checklist, and then I popped like underneath, like inside, and then I popped a half box on the top because I went a little crazy on a spending spree. I actually haven't spent much money at all recently, but I don't know, there was some really amazing releases. So I ended up shopping from SPC. So I haven't bought from SPC in months, but I really wanted, I can't remember what kit it was. Oh, the Toy Story kit came back, which I've been wanting forever. So I picked that up. I bought from Caress Press. She had some new releases. I bought from, of course, my favourite Elle of Glam Planner. I think she had a glitch sale, so I shopped there. And then Sticky Essentials had a amazing clearance of her overlay tapes. They were really cheap. And I've never used overlay tapes before, so I thought it might be a great opportunity to give it a go. And then I also put in a clothes order from my clothing Shein website, if you don't know it. So I spent a bit of money, but it kind of felt good, and I'm waiting for that to get delivered, all of it to get delivered. So on the top of the box, I just marked shopping spree. And then we had Yo My Goodness for lunch, which is like a local burger. I guess it's kind of technically a chain. There's a few around in my, I don't know if they're Australia-wide or just Victoria, but marked that. And then I used a half box to mark going to the beach with my friend. So I used a mermaid sticker. I'm a little bit behind, sorry. And then a half box to mark, it was the game that we play, Black Ops Cold War. They released an alpha, so we got to play it early, which was exciting. Then on to Sunday, I'll try and catch up. I used the half box to mark decorating for Halloween. Oh, actually up the top I used the little square box to mark sleeping in with my custom script. Then the half box to mark decorate for Halloween, which is exciting. I love seasonally decorating. Then I used the flat lay from Stella Bow to mark planning next week, and the script, which is a collab again with Monique. And then I'm trying to get the spacing right here, but I ended up putting the bottom strip down, and that was to play Fall Guys, and I used an emoji from Coffee Monsters Co. on the Switch. And then that middle strip is to mark filming, and I used a, what is that? Icon, a really old icon from SPC, like old multicolor days, and wrote film in there. So that is everything laid down. I feel like I've just talked very quickly to kind of catch up there, but that was everything laid down. So now I'm just going through and filling everything in and putting in the character stickers. I'm still trying to work out what a good format is, because I generally do my spread in this order that I've filmed. So I'll put down all my labels and I'll know and I'll put down my scripts, but I won't actually go in and do my characters or my writing until the end of the week. But I can kind of see that that's probably not the best way to watch, because I'm describing what stickers you put down, but you're not seeing them. So I'm not really sure if that comes off as too disjointed or if that's okay, because you kind of see them now. But I am experimenting with this. As I said, I'm not super comfortable with the A5 Plan With Me's yet. I think my B6 ones are better, but I'm trying to get there. It's all practice. But if you have any suggestions, if you are watching this and it is too jarring, you can absolutely let me know. Or if you're watching this and it's fine and you don't mind, again, I'd really like to know, so it helps me going forward. But anyway, yeah, so I'm writing everything in. I just use literally this pen. I have 100 pens. They were $2 from Kmart. They work on matte, they work on glossy. I don't ever use premium matte. I actually never use matte aside from this either, but I don't have an issue. I'm not a pen snob, so I like these because they don't smudge. So then I'm just putting in my 2 paydays and a couple of little deco bits from the, the kit. There's no deco, so I just use the little bows because I know I'm not going to go back and use them. Just to bring a little something into the middle. I don't really like when it's bare. And that is everything. That's the finished spread. Actually, I don't think the camera picks up the colours well enough there. It's a little bit warm, But I really do like this spread. I was very nervous at first because it's not a kit that I would really ever use, like the format wise, but I actually didn't end up having to pull that much in, which was great. So I'm really happy with it. I'd love to hear what you think, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye!